Hello, hi. We are led to a bit earlier today because we want to make sure everything goes all right when we start streaming. Very good afternoon, everyone. Happy Thursday. Today I'm alone. Mio has something on today and also for tomorrow. He will join us back next week on Monday. Now, that's the start of a very cold day. I mean, yesterday morning till yesterday evening, the rain was, in Colombo, it was quite drizzling and it's quite heavy rain too. And this morning, the weather's cold and I do like it, but unfortunately, I think some people in the business will be affected, especially in the morning market, and because I noticed a lot of stores are not open during this time because probably they find it's no reason because it's raining in the morning, people come up less. It's quite troublesome when you open up the store and it rains and things get wet and all these things. But I hope everyone hopes it rains at the right time. But what is the right time for everyone? We don't know. So, but it's a cool morning. Now I hope that it rains, but I hope that it's not too heavy that it causes floods. Just a light shower will do at least to cool down the hot weather. All right. So today, what we're going to talk about? There's two things we're going to talk about, as usual. Once something we have been talking about. We're talking about shark, not shark fin soup. We are not. I don't know when was last I took shark fin soup, but it was a long time because now people less. Through all the campaigns, I think people consume less shark fins. I think a lot of international hotels stop serving shark fins, and I hope in Malaysia, we also banned sharks as well. Why I say ban sharks? These are loan sharks. I mean, we have to voice out. There's too many cases. We monitor every week in the media, at least 1-2 articles are related to loan sharks. So they are actually, I would say, enforcing, doing things their way that is not permitted by the laws. So they actually threatens the family and all these things. So we have been talking about that. I think PDRM and KBKT, means the Ministry of Local Governments and Housing, is actually responsible to issue license for this so-called private loans operator, and of course PDRM, which is someone that we as a community, as the riders, depends on our safety. They have too many cases. How come there's no ends to it? You know, I'm gonna have to stress before I start to read out what's happened. Around the neighborhood, of course, probably the upper neighborhood, like in Kuala Lumpur, Kenny Hill, you wouldn't find those posters and all these things that solicits loans. But I think 80% of the city, you find those posters, illegal poster canvassing for people to call them to get easy loan. Now they say loans is so easy to get, even you are blacklisted, whatever, they will just approve you. But we are stepping into our graveyards. And why the authorities, I will have to keep repeating, why the authorities are not taking actions against those people, not the Kuda, Majai, and all those things, the real Taiko. So I have to read out to you, and this happens also in Kulai. Kulai lately has been brought to attention, not because I know Chua, or he has been affected as well. As reported a day or two ago, a family of 5 who are living in their house in Taman Muhibah was mistakenly splashed with red paint. He didn't borrow any money. He didn't borrow any money, but his house was splashed with red paint. So this owner was house, right? Why? When he saw the red paint splashed over his house, and he has never borrowed money from everyone, led to say loan shark, right? And poor thing, he has 8 cats, and 3 of his cats are covered with paint, and some of his pet fishes died due to the poisoning of the paint. So probably it's a house, so they have probably has his 8 cats there, and they probably have an aquarium, and the fishes there died. And what they also left a note on his gate threatening to burn down his house if he refused to pay the loan. They also put an address on the note which refers that the house next door and not my house. So he also put this culprits also put a note, a love note. You don't pay, I'm going to burn down your house. And this culprits also, the Kuda, put down the address of house, which happened to be next door. So the owner was very worried about the safety of his family, especially his children who are aged between 8 and 15. When you have a family, you have children, even you have your parents or adults, everyone will get panic. What will happen to them, their safety? So his wife called the number in an attempt to explain to them that they have got the wrong house, which is supposed to be next door. And you know what? They respond, this Kuda. They say, I don't care whether it's you or your neighbor, as long I want my money back. Hey, please. This is the day, worse than daylight robbery. So this was happened a day or two. And also last month, on September, 2 months ago, September 27, also a case of mistaken identity has led to a man's car being splashed with paint by suspected loan sharks at his house at Taman Banjaran Serapi in Mantang. So this innocent victim, 50 years old guy, who is a hospital driver, who was thought to have borrowed money from the loan shark. So the victim was then found a piece of papers and stuck in the gate again. This note, believed from the Along, has written to demand a loan to be settled. However, the name written on the piece of paper was not of the victim or his family, but one of the neighbor's children. So mistaken identity, mistaken right address, right name, but the name belongs to the neighbor. So, and our dear friends are also, he's from MCA, the deputy, MCA National Public Complaints and Service Bureau Deputy Chief Chua Jian Boon also make a report on October 7 because his house, his parents' house was splashed with red paint, was threatened by loan sharks for helping those involved in other cases in Kulai. He's a young guy, he's a very good guy. He actually brought up all the attention to the public, to the PDRM, to the authorities that, hey, please. And because he took all these efforts and initiative, he was warned by the other loans, So, but this, and they say here, they always leave a note to you on your house. They say this is just a start in front of a note given to Chua. Of course, police eventually nabbed the 4 suspects to be involved in illegal money lending syndicates, which police believe threatened Chua. I believe that's why I say these are the Kuda. Go to the net, the kingpin, or is it called kingpin? The mafia that actually operating it. There's too many cases in Kulai, not because I have sentiments in Kulai, but I think it's all over Malaysia. It's they take laws in their hands, and it can be actually solved because KBKT, DDRM can take actions and pull back the license, and who applied this license. You have to also threaten them back. The authorities. If you do that again, we're caught. We will suspend you. We'll put you in jail. And what those Kuda who get caught are very light. They receive very light sentence. They can put them in jail because these are people pay few $100 they will do for you. So put them in jail. They will need a couple of weeks, then they come out again. So we have to stop this because it's harassing the citizens, honestly, And this, of course, they are targeting at those B40, those who have lost a job and those who need money urgently. They will give loans between 500 ringgit to 15,000 ringgit with an interest between 20% to 30%. So please, KBKT, when you issue the loan, this license out, cap the interest. So it's like you have to govern all the public bank. Also the interest is all governed by Bank Negara. So you have to govern them. This is the cap that you can actually charge. Nothing more. No hidden so-called expenses or whatever charges you can harass. And no harassment. You have to go through a proper legal system. So what's good? Of course I appreciate the PDRM, the police has captured those people that's involved, but these people are those suspect, and which I suspect it's just those been hired to do the job. Can get the one involved in getting loans out. So it's not. I feel very bad. No one actually wants to go to that harassment. They try to they stress you and all these things, and then what else do they do? They try to embarrass you, so your neighbors will look at you in the morning differently, with the eyes rolling out or whatever it is. That is the mental stress, torture they want to impose. All right, and worse still, so they can probably beat you up if you didn't pay. All right. So I think PTIM, KBKT, ACTnow, I appreciate that you catch them. Most of the cases you get caught, but those are just the fine niners. Go more in depth, please. All right, get those who are operating this business, the mafia themselves. All right. Well, probably I will get my paid car or my house gets splash paid. After this show, I know. But someone have to say something. I know. With the support of the communities, if everyone to hear me today support this and we fight together, there's no room for these loan sharks. Most of us banned eating loan shark fins. We are banned loan sharks as well. All right. Okay. A bit heated up, even though I'm alone today. And next articles, also I'm quite upset. We are quite happy. Everyone's happy. Not quite, right. I think everyone's in Malaysia happy because we can travel now. We are free to travel interstates, isn't it? We can do to cuti Malaysia. Well, it's actually helped the industry. We have 2 days ago. Was it 2 days ago? The hotels industry now complain that they have problems getting staff, recruiting the staff. But I think that's a good problem, right? And the pilot project in Langkawi was successful. I think there was reported. I can't remember, but was it a $250 million within less than a month? Those industry operated directly in that way actually have generate about $250 billion ringgit in that 3-4 weeks periods. They're quite successful. But people who now do merrymaking on the weekends. This was reported during last weekends. We have a long weekend, Bali to the weekends, right? 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Popular tourist spots in the city. This is reported in Penang, resemble dumping grounds. Courtesy of who? Who make this? Courtesy of inconsiderate holiday makers. Please, you have freedom? Are you just another Timah Karens so have exercise the freedom to dump rubbish? Yes, I can travel. I just dump whatever I want. The garbage, the rubbish collections of the 3 days break around Awal Muharram on August 8th was almost 1,600 tons by the MPPP, Penang Island City Councils, and from November 1 to 7 this year stood at 5,256 tons. Right. So you see the jump. August 8th, I think that was also during the lockdown. 1,600 tons of garbage has been collected. But in November 1st to 7th, the number shot down to almost 5,300 tons of rubbish. This is relative to the long holidays during the Bali. So the garbage overflow at popular spots as in Kapal Singh Drive, Gurney Drive, Teluk Bayu, the Esplanades, Batu Ferringhi, near Causeway Bay, Queens Bay Mall, and under the Sultan Abdul Halim's Shah Bridge, which is a popular picnic spot. Shame on you people, you're full of rubbish. I think your brains are rubbish as well. That's why you dump things around. So I hope this will stop. The MPPP, the Majlis Bandaraya Pulau Penang, anticipated this problem and had even added more garbage bins in those areas and increased the collection frequency, such as twice a day. They have put all the facilities for you, and twice a day they pick up, but you dump rubbish. Can't you actually? You want to go have a good time, picnic? Can you bring extra plastic bag? Make sure it's disposable plastic bag. When you finish your makan, whatever minum, pack it, tie it up, and bring it back home and dump in your own bins. Or you along the way, you see a big bin, you just put it there. Have some culture. I'm very shameful of Malaysians have not just basic culture. And what you want, you know how to complain. You only say, oh, we're not progressing because your basic value is not even progressing. This is our basic value. You know? How are you going to teach your young? Because you go to a picnic with your young one, you see Papa, Mama doing the same. When they grow up, they will do the same. They will also teach their children, your grandchildren to do the same. So please share this. You tell your people, tell your friends, tell your relatives, your parents, your siblings, and all this. And please keep Malaysia clean. Not just in politics, keep our environment clean as well. So the Majlis Bandaraya Pulau Penang hopes that everyone, be it Penang's folks or visitors, please cooperate and keep the city clean, especially upcoming Christmas and New Year festivals period. Right. So they know they have actually stepped up their frequency collections time, extra bins, but these people, culprits. So they hope Christmas, having a long break, New Year, and all this thing. Please keep not only Penang, keep everywhere. Save the world to your future generations. I won't say future. It could be your time, my time. This pandemic, COVID-19, should it teach you a lesson? It taught me a lesson. You know, I don't want the world to end where I'm currently living. I want the world to be good, even for the future generations to come. So it was also reported in October 25th, a Malaysian hiker has been praised after making efforts to collect and carry 10 kilos of rubbish from the vicinity of waterfall in Terengganu. This is all the hotspots, waterfalls, nice streams, they're going to pollute everything. So this gentleman, this Muhammad Hafizi, was supposed to hike up to Janda Mandi waterfall area, but cancelled his plans and discovered a place of litter with empty water bottles. Malaysians should be educated on the importance of looking after nature. Malaysians, why Malaysians? We are so backwards in terms of improve. We are really truly very backwards compared to even to Singaporeans, Japanese. I was told Japanese, yes. When the smokers on the streets, when they have a friend, they smoke. Even the ashes, they will have his napkin or his tissues. We will just put on all the ashes, the cigarette bulb. When they finish, after that, they will just cover it back and keep in the bucket. And they will empty it when they have seen a bin or everywhere. And they will not simply throw cigarette ashes, cigarette bulbs everywhere on the roads. Is it? Oh yes, Fabian. Hi. So this is how could we change? We do not change ourselves. How do you expect a better environment? How do you expect a better place for your children, for the young ones, if you don't do it? As Fabian says, never learn about air pollution. If environment dirty with trashes and garbage, it will definitely pollute. It affects health issues. Yes, that's why you come in a year time, especially us that's even in Klang Valley, Kuala Lumpur, the city, we all depend the water from Iceland. Or how many times to shut down? Maintenance, I can understand the need to have regular maintenance, but they shut down because of the river was polluted. They had to shut down. They have to clean, make sure that it's safe for us to consume. So we have those factories that dumps toxins, things there. We have people also the dumps rubbish there and all these things. Please, I really have to raise my white flag, not because I need food aids, right facts, because I actually surrender to these people. right? Who never take care of themselves. Never mind. You can don't take care of yourself. Lock yourself in your room. Destroy yourself. Whatever it means. But do not destroy your neighbors. Destroy means you will actually affect. You don't pay. You don't so-called upkeep well the environment, and the society, like the along things, right? We have. I mean, over the campaign was successful. I don't eat shark fins. I think now everyone is very cautious when they take shark fin. So you take shark fin, people, your friends next door or your will probably stare at you why you take shark fin. No, so much so that okay, I watch shark fin. All right, so avoid loan sharks as well. We have to work together. We have to send this message to the authorities to take actions, not just the CUDA. The CUDA is you have to pay that a few ringgit. They will do the job for you. Get the house on fire, splash the car, splash the compound, everything, and harass and all these things. But we can have to wise out to go to pull out the roots of this issue. And also, please do not dump. Otherwise, I tell you, dump things or rubbish will be. I think you have a brain as such. You dump your brains full of rubbish mind and all these things. All right. Sorry, I'm very critical today. It's not because I'm in a bad mood. I'm in a good mood, but I'm speaking facts and hope everyone listens. All right. Don't let us give up on you. All right. No, we have to work together, honestly. So today, yes, I make it past 26 minutes, even I'm alone. What more if I have more today for today's topic? This is real hot issues. All right. So we're about the end of the sessions now, and I hope everyone's well. Everyone stay safe. Yeah, we have to stay safe because news yesterday was not too good. As yesterday evening, was it afternoon? There's two places in Pahang actually was declared ENCO again. So don't take it for granted. So let's start at that. We don't want to listen. Have more news carrying that more places is under ENCO. Please. All right. So stay positive, and I see you tomorrow, Friday. Have a good day. Take care. Bye.